Shalom, Israel. I hope everyone has a good day. I got a question. What you want to do with your eternity? I know a lot of people ask people, what you want to do with your life? Now, what you want to do with your eternity? Because that's what we should always be thinking about. Because these lives are given to us from the Most High. Eternity is judged to us from the Most High. Now, I know a lot of people say, I want to live my life. I just want to be happy. I want to make a lot of money. I want to get me a nice house. I want to get some nice things. I know plenty of people with a lot of money. I know plenty of people with nice things. I know plenty of people with nice, expensive cars. But they're not happy. Now, there are things you can get during this life experience that comes from the Father, Israel. And we should be thankful for it all, whether it's good things or whether they're bad things. Because they all come from the Most High and they all come for a reason. But the question I'm going to ask again, how do you want to live your eternity? What you want to do with your eternity? What? Because if we don't live according to the laws, statutes, and commandments and the requirements of the Most High, you can live good here during this life experience. But your eternity could easily be spent in torment, in torture. And for people who don't know how many years eternity is, let me tell you, forever years. Now, if we lucky, we may get 70 or 80 years to live here of life. To live in a nice house, to live in some nice things. But eternity is 70, 80 times perpetuity, forever. I asked that question because I asked some people, what you want to do? They just say, I just want to be happy. I want to do what makes me happy. I hear that a lot. I just want to do what makes me happy. My life belongs to me. Does it? Nope. We didn't make these lives. We didn't make these bodies. And we're not down here to make ourselves happy. Israel, we're down here to make the Most High happy. Now, the Most High says he controls everything, good and bad. He even controls what man's and woman's thoughts are. He controls where our feet go, the direction of our lives. So we're under the mercy of the Most High. Now, we could be being tested, or this just his show. But just say we are being tested. Are you passing it? Because we're supposed to live for his pleasure. We're supposed to worship the Most High. We're supposed to give him thanks. We're supposed to show him appreciation. We're supposed to respect him. We're supposed to obey him. We're supposed to exalt him at all times and him only. But are you doing that? Now, I wake up every morning and just be like, okay, Father, how can I serve you today? Show me how can I serve you today? And if I'm not reading his word and trying to decipher it and understand it and get to know him, I feel a little incomplete, like I hadn't done anything. I try not to post videos every day, but this is really my job. But I try not to do it because I don't want to be, It's like posting videos all the day, every day. But when I don't, it hits my spirit that I feel guilty because it's like I'm not doing my job that the Most High has given me. And I take it seriously. I don't play about it. I ain't finna lie on the Most High. I'm not about to lie on myself because I'm afraid of the Most High. The Most High says he's a terrible God. He's a loving God, but he's a terrible God. That means he would torture and he would cause you to be tortured. He will destroy you for not doing what he tells you to do. And I know right now, a lot of us see the wicked prospering. You just think they're prospering. I know a lot of them with all these things, and they are extremely unhappy. They are extremely tormented because that's Satan's job, to trick them. I give you these things if you follow me. I give you these things if you turn your back on the Creator. When the Most High was going to give it to him anyway. Satan don't give him anything. The Most High was going to give it to him anyway. He just jumps in there right before you're supposed to get it. I'm giving you this. It's the trick. Because Satan only does what the Most High allows him to do. It's a trick. Most High was going to bless him like that anyway. But, Israel, you turn your back on the Most High, be prepared for the consequences. Be prepared for the repercussions. There's a lot of Hebrews, especially in this country. They have totally turned their back on the Creator. Totally. Because they want to be a part of the celebrity system. So when you make a choice, or the Most High allows you to make that choice, because some of us, the Most High doesn't allow to make that choice because he has reserved him some that they are his elect among his elect. He don't even let you make that choice. Nope, you ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna do it. But the ones he does allow to make that choice, it's eternity to pay. I just want y'all to think about that. Eternity. It's a long time. Think about this being somewhere. Let's take the lake of fire out of it. Just think about being somewhere. You know, you thirsty. Like I'm thirsty right now because I've been drinking coffee. Think about that. Think about somewhere being thirsty and can't ever get any water or anything to quench your thirst. Just think about that. That's something very small. You ever had an itch on your nose, on your back? Something very small now. Can't wait to get it. When you can't reach it, you be, oh. That's something small. Just think about that, not being able to scratch that itch. No, I mean, that's just something small. Because you want to be hard-headed. Because you don't want to listen. The Most High is wonderful, gracious, loving, long-suffering, Israel. Because we've been extremely disrespectful to him. And we're still disrespectful to him. A lot of us. We worshiping a new God right now. This ain't nothing new. And the people who's worshiping in that new God, you can't tell them anything. Or any new gods. False gods. Sorry. And I'm not going to keep calling the names of false gods because the Most High said don't even mention the names of other gods. But this is what we've always done to them. Not always. Because there have been long spells that we worshiped him. Lived according to his ways. And he blessed us. But we hard-headed, Israel. A lot of us, we don't want to listen, man. That's why in Jeremiah, they went to Jeremiah and said, talk to the Father for us. Talk to us. What do we need to do? So he did. Came back and told him what the Most High said. You know what our ancestors said? We're going to worship and pray to the Queen of Heaven. Ever since we stopped worshiping and praying to the Queen of Heaven, we've been suffering. And Jeremiah was like, no, the reason you suffering is because you've been worshiping and praying to the Queen of Heaven. Because y'all was still doing it. There's a Queen of Heaven here in America right now that everybody's worshiping Because we know there is no queen of heaven. It's the Most High Lord God only. But what do you want to do with your eternity? That's all I'm asking. If you want to spend your eternity being tormented, tortured, whether it's physical torture or whether it's mental torture, spiritual torture, that means seeing the Most High's elect just living it up. You got to watch it, though. You can't go over there with them. You can't do nothing that they're doing. You just watching. You never know how that's going to, you never know what that eternity entails. But what you want to do with your eternity? Ask yourself that question. Because people say, I just want to be happy. I just want to live my life and be happy. No, I just want to serve the Most High. Whatever that is. How do I serve you, Father? I ask for the Most High that every day. How can I serve you, Father? Because I don't know. I know to obey him. I know to follow his laws, statutes, and commandments. Yeah, I study that Bible. I read that book. I read it. I don't want to say religious because I'm not religious, but I read it. I meditate on it day and night. When I'm not reading, I'm thinking about it. I'm looking at my phone at notes. But there are some lies in there. There's a lot of lies in there. Contradictions in there. That's why we have to study and show that thyself approved. Most High says meditate on his word day and night. But despite all the contradictions in there and the lies, there are a couple of things that are constant. The Most High is the only Lord God. And I don't even like the term Lord, to tell you the truth, but all these languages we use are all bastardized and just corrupt. But there's only one God, one creator. That's a constant. Now, you can be tricked to worshiping other gods. That's a constant. And we, the children of Israel, are his chosen people. We get blessed and we get whooped. We his chosen people in the so-called Old Testament. We his chosen people in the New Testament. In plenty of verses. Because he has an everlasting covenant with us. But what you want to do with your eternity, Israel? You want to make yourself happy? You want to make the Most High happy? Because he says the whole duty of man, our whole duty, Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, is fear God and keep his commandments. Because the Most High is going to bring every secret thing to judgment. He said that's our only duty. Fear him, keep his commandments. So when you do that, you'll get all that other stuff. It may just be spiritually, though. Mentally. What you want to do with your eternity, Israel? Shalom.